What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we have the final review video on the Atom 3. So this is a complete 100% full 3D printed model. Nothing about this is, generic plastic is 100% 3D printed, all resin. So here's the final. Let's go ahead and show you what I did to it. So if you saw my first update video, let me explain everything about it. I did this with a partnership with a buddy of mine on Instagram. His turned out fantastic. I'll put a picture of his at the end of the video as a slideshow, and then with mine also, so you can kind of get a comparison of the two of them. We did it together, and both of ours turned out fantastic and really cool. So, and the guy who made the file, made the actual car, as the file in 1/24 scale. He's on Instagram, and he absolutely just loved both of ours. He absolutely just loved it, which I'm so happy, and I'm really happy how it turned out. And it was a lot of work. This is definitely something different. Definitely something you probably want to do at least once a year, not like back to back, because it does require a lot of work. So I did get a few comments saying 3D printing is going to ruin the modeling community and stuff. It's actually not. 3D printing is actually going to save modeling. It's actually giving more modelers more opportunities to get aftermarket parts. Make more aftermarket wheels, seats, wheels, whatever. Body kits. It's actually making the modeling community, or modeling, hobby, more lively, you want to call it. So it's definitely not ruining it. And like I said, this is a full 3D printed model. I definitely would not want to do this back to back, because like I said, it's a lot of work. It does require a lot of cleanup than a regular generic kit. But actually, to be honest, I probably put 5 times more time into just clean this up and than the regular kit. Probably 10 times more, to be honest, because it did require a lot of cleanup, because you have trees everywhere, and or supports, whatever you want to call them, and generic kits, there's only like 5 attachments to it, and boom, you're all set. This thing had dozens, thousands, or hundreds, as I say, of trees just attached to just the chassis alone, and you got the covered, and yeah, it's a lot of work. So definitely, it's not ruining the modeling hobby. It's actually making it better. But again, by making your own kits, it's not ruining it at all, because I definitely, like I said, I would not want to do this back to back. So let's go ahead and show you what I did to mine. So this is a combination with Splash Paints. Splash Paints actually provided me the colors for this build, because I've been using the colors quite a bit, and he has kindly provided me the colors free of charge. And this is a full Splash Paints build. So the color, the orange, is Splash Paints Twister Orange. It's a Ford cover, a beautiful color. It's very, very nice. It covers super cool, or it covers super nice, and it's a really poppy orange. It's really, really wild. It's really cool. The chassis, the wheels, pretty much all the black parts they're jet black. I never use their jet black. This is pretty nice, and it's a nice black. It's just pure black, no metallic, no nothing. It's super nice, just black. So that's pretty cool. The engine, which I'll show you here in a little bit, the engine block is painted in Splash Paints dark aluminum. So first time I ever used their metallizers, and pretty good. I actually like them. You know me, I use Alclad. I always use Alclad for metallizers, for aluminum and steel and stuff. But first time I used Splash Paints, he wanted me to use their metallizers, so I went ahead and tried one out, and I actually like it. It actually looks pretty good. And then for the spare parts, metal parts, is steel. I didn't use much of it, but there's some steel parts on there, so very, very cool. So first time ever using Splash Paints metallizers. I never really wanted to try their metallizers, but he wanted me to, so I said, okay, let me go ahead and give them a try. So did that, and they're nice, super nice metallizers. So if you want to give them a try, feel free super nice paints. Link to his website is in the description to all my videos. So go to his website and check him out. Very nice paints. The colors that is not splash paints, which is the seats. The seats is Tamiya dark gray. That's the only thing that's not splash paints, and also the chrome. This is Alclad chrome on the exhaust. But other than that, everything is all splash paints. The clear coat I use is 2K clear. I never use this 2K clear. I always use my automotive Court 2K clear, but this is his 2K clear, and it looks fantastic. Very nice, very super nice shine to it. So pretty much this part right here on the body side, the dashboard, the side of the engine cover, is all carbon fiber from Skill Motorsports. So is the A-arms, the A-arms is also carbon fiber, and the fenders carbon fiber. Also the down here carbon fiber, and the whole floor of the interior and bottom of the car is carbon fiber also. So I did do quite a bit of carbon fiber because I think it's necessary to do carbon fiber on this build because it's very exposed, and yeah, it looks really good. Carbon fiber looks super nice on this car. That's pretty much about the outside. It's a super nice detailed kit. It's very little parts count, but everything went together super well, especially for being a 3D printed model. You think you have a lot of issues, but it actually went together super well. The suspension went together. I actually did the suspension springs in the same orange, and then chrome, Molotov chrome pen, and black on the suspension. And yeah, it looks super nice. I actually love how this turned out on the outside. For the seats, I used Gopher Racing seat belts, and then I did 3D print a seatbelt harness, you want to call it. So I did that. There's a fire extinguisher in there, and I use I forgot who makes it, but there's photo edge pedals in there for the clutch and brake and throttle. It is photo edge in there, so it's super cool. Steering wheel, flat black, and I did find a gauge. I did have a gauge cluster decal in my parts decal bin, so that worked out fantastic and fit in there perfectly. So I got a decal for the gauge cluster, which is super cool. So that's pretty much about the interior. It's super basic. And also, I use these cushions. These are actually, what you call it? They're like slider things. So you put them under something, such as these guys back here. You want to keep them sliding. They go under storage bins or whatever. Keep them sliding. That's what I use on the cushions on the seats, and it looks fantastic. They're sticky back, and they look fantastic. Come to shape and very cool. The license plate, I custom made my own license plate. That's obviously a updated New York license plate. They're back to white. We don't have orange ones anymore, so we're back to white. So I did a decal of our new license plate with a photo edge license plate frame. I think that looks pretty cool. So the headlights and taillights and stuff is Molotov chrome pen, and orange for the turn signals, and clear red for the taillights. And then on the headlights, I just cut them in chrome and just used the Tamiya clear, and just put a big thick coat of clear on it to act as lens. So that's it for the outside. Let's get to the engine. That pops right off. I did put photo edge in there, and on top, as you can see it, there we go, photo edge and those grills and stuff. So get that going. The engine bay is super detailed. You just got the one-piece engine and the exhaust, and I'll show you that right here. This is the whole engine that's in the engine bay. You really just got the engine and the exhaust. That's all it is. So the engine's all one piece with the filler cap. I'm not sure what that is. It could be the radiator fluid. I'm not really sure. And then all that's all molded on, and just the exhaust is molded separate. So this is the same exact color combo is in the engine bay. I did print two, so I can have this one sit on the side of the display case, and it looks very cool. Did Tamiya, or no, that's Alclad Candy Orange on the valve covers, and that's Tamiya Clear Orange on the stacks on top. And then, like I said, Splash Paints Aluminum on the black, and then Alclad Chrome, and then very cool. It's a very nice detailed engine. It's one piece, but it's very nice detailed. It looks fantastic. And I did do some wiring on the bottom of the chassis. I looked at some pictures of the real car, and there is some heavy wiring, pretty thick wiring, goes to the front, to the back, to the engine bay. So I did do some radiator hoses, because there is a radiator in there, and it goes all the way back to the engine, obviously, to keep the engine cool. Obviously, the radiator's in the front because there's no room for the radiator to be in the back, so that's why it's in the front. And then there's just big hoses and whatever. You can kind of see the red hose right there, or wire on the mirror going to the engine. So there's some pretty thick wires going back there, but that's how it is in a real car. Because being a rear engine car, it does have some pretty good hefty wires going back there. The transmission is also just molded onto the frame, but the transmission on the real car is actually just flat black. So I just went ahead, because I clear coated the top chassis, and I just used Tamiya flat clear on the transmission to, you know, make it flat, so it's not like it's part of the frame. So, but other than that, that is how it turned out. Again, it is 100% 3D printed. Very cool. I'm actually really stoked on how it turned out. It looks fantastic. It's not a generic kit. It's actually not a kit you can buy. You have to make it yourself. Buy the files off of Quotes 3D, which I will provide a link to this file in the description if you are interested. If you have a 3D printer, print it up. It builds up super nice. Again, link is in the description to his file, to this Adam in the description. Check it out. If you have a 3D printer, download it and make it. It's definitely fun. A lot of cleanup, but it's definitely worth it at the end, and it turns out super cool. Definitely unique, because you know, nobody really makes this, because not a lot of people have 3D printers, and this is something really unique. Especially if you take it to a model show, this is something different nobody's going to have there, because hardly anybody's going to have, because you know, nobody wants to take the time to 3D print a whole model and make it and build it. That's a lot of work, but it does turn out super cool. This is going to Acme in 2022 this year, so I am going to Acme this year. So those who are going to Acme, you are going to see this there in person and take a good peek at it, because I hope it will surprise you, because I absolutely just love how this turned out, and I hope you will love it. You definitely gotta be here in person to really enjoy it. Here on camera it looks good, but in person you really gotta see it in person to really get a good look at it. But other than that, guys, that's it. Let me know what you think. I think it looks fantastic. I gotta give a huge shout out to Splash Paints for giving these colors for this build. I love his colors. Link in the description to his website. Give his colors a try. They're only airbrush ready, so give Airbrush. Fantastic, and he's in the States, so I believe he ships around the world too. So give him a try. You won't be disappointed with his colors. So, but anyway, guys, that's it. Slideshow of mine and my buddies together at the end. Stay tuned. But until my next video, I'll catch you guys next time. Take it easy.